Hi, my name is Philip Hodges. I'm one of the co-founders of Guide, and I'm going to take a couple of minutes to actually explain how Guide can give your staff protection and support for their financial future, which actually means assurance for them today and could save them and you money. We're very proud to be working with NCF, who are keen to improve the financial security of workers in the care sector. Very, very quickly, an explanation of the problem. If you just take the average saver at the age of 65 retiring today, they'd have just over £200,000 in a pension pot. They'd expect to live to 89, but the money, even the money that they've got, would run out by the time of that they're 76. But there's lots of things that they can do. They could alter their expectations in terms of spending. They could work for longer. They could make use of equity in the home. And if they're fortunate enough, they might even have what's called a DB pension plan, or what's called final salary. This problem exists no matter what age for the average saver, and also it is equally the same for people on lower incomes and lower savings. Same is true. And what Guide does is that, well, firstly, it will actually help somebody understand exactly how much they need in retirement. But then, very uniquely, is that it will look at everything that they've got. This often gets overlooked because people certainly will have a state pension, they'll have a pension pot, and say they could be doing part-time work as well. And just taking those two things, Guide will actually work it out for somebody. And it doesn't just work it out once. Once it produces a plan, that plan can be maintained and updated throughout their working life and beyond into retirement. Just a little bit of a feel for some of the organizations using Guide. We're very proud to be working with a number of NCF members, both very small and very, very large. We'll also do a fair bit of work in the charity and non-profit sector. So L&Q is a housing trust, Cancer Research being a charity, and there are some other names on there which are probably familiar to people. This is a snapshot of Guide. It may appear complex. It is actually very, very simple. It takes people less than 10 minutes to use Guide. And once you've actually created a planning guide, this is kind of like where you actually keep track of that. Down the middle at the top, it's got state pension, pension savings, it's got a final salary pension. Below that, it's not shown on the screen, will be lots of other things, including, say, things like part-time work. On the right, there is a thin blue line, which is actually the income somebody needs or is looking for in retirement, and lots of green, because that's how Guide has automatically used everything on the left-hand side to meet that income requirement, the blue line. Unfortunately, is that in the later years, there is some red. That is saying that there is a shortfall. Somebody hasn't got enough for their later years of retirement. And this is the other thing that Guide does very beautifully, because solving that problem is that Guide will actually present simple options, 1, 2, or 3 things that somebody can do to actually remove all of that red. And as I say, it all can be done within 10 minutes. We've got special arrangements with NCF members for using Guide. Even on the left-hand side, there's what's known as a branded land welcome page for your staff to access Guide. And that is actually free to NCF members. In the middle, just stepped up from that, there is a monthly charge. And what we will do, we'll actually tune a version of Guide for an organization. We'll run webinars and things like that. And then on the right hand side, much more advanced as well, even actually link up with your staff pension arrangements and previous pensions that an individual has got. There you are. That's a quick run through. Any questions, any more detail, demonstration of the guide, please get in contact with James McLaughlin, and his email address is in front of you. Thank you.